been a long week, a long day, and I just want to be crystal clear when it comes to Senate Bill 1. I mean, nobody supports fraud, and we stand 100% in support of program integrity, but that's not what's happening with Senate Bill 1. If someone is intentionally committing fraud, we should absolutely investigate it. We should prosecute it. We should recover those dollars. But SB 1 is not a targeted anti-fraud bill. They're talking about it as if it is that, but it is a sweeping rewrite and that uses paperwork barriers, lockouts, and reporting mandates that will predictably push eligible Hoosiers off health care coverage and food assistance and will shift costs to already burdened families, hospitals that are already cost burdened and looking to close, as well as local communities who are already feeling the brunt of last year's past SEA 1. I think we see this when we look at the way in which SB 1 has been pushed through the Senate. It did not go to health. Its first hearing was in appropriations a week ago, and today it was pushed out on third readings. 0 amendments. And every question that I felt was asked, it was, go read it, go look. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Again and again this session, we have seen government overreach. We have seen government mandates. And in response, it's been, well, trust us. We will figure it out over in the House. We did that last year, and now we're doing it again this year. That's simply not good governance when so many Hoosier families are asking for relief when it comes to issues of affordability. And we are down to, I mean, you said 70 days, but really it is down to our final days, whether we get bills heard out of this session through the Senate. And then we'll be hearing the House bills. So Hoosiers are looking at us, asking, what are you talking about? And what we want to make sure is until, we go home, the Senate Dems are going to be working very, very hard and focused on bringing relief to Hoosier families.
On the issue of Medicaid, obviously they went out to the individuals on Medicaid, but it seems like you got up there and said that there weren't enough focus on the providers, because that's where most of the fraud is, in the providers and sort of the Medicaid establishment.
There's 0 language in SB 1 to address the fraud that you're seeing happen, and alluding to this overwhelming fraud that's happening through individuals. And we simply aren't hearing that or seeing that. We've asked repeatedly, and what has gone on in the state of Indiana if we need to see Senate Bill 1. And I understand we have H.R. 1, but SB 1 goes further than what H.R. 1 is allowing. And so I would just say we should have pushed the brakes and actually done right by Hoosiers and had a stronger debate, heard it more, but I think it's moving through quickly to avoid those that will mobilize, organize, and get to the Statehouse to say SB 1 is going to hurt the most vulnerable of Hoosiers.
Speaking of things moving quickly, the session moved at redistricting notwithstanding, moved pretty fast, pretty quick. Are you worried or concerned that because things are moving so fast, so quick, there are a lot of sort of trip lines in there and Easter eggs that people aren't going to realize until technical correction day? Yeah,
absolutely. I think that we saw that last year. We're going to see that this year. We are already hearing on too many bills, trust us, we'll get this figured out over in the House. Hoosiers expect more, and it was my understanding that one of the priorities of the Republicans when we started this session, the Senate, it wasn't affordability. It was making sure we get out of here quickly and save taxpayer money. But now we're pushing legislation through. We'll probably have to come back, do some corrections. We aren't even letting H.R. 1, some things that needed to be sorted out. SB 1 will, if it becomes SEA 1, will supersede that, and we'll have to address if some issues with H.R. 1 get sorted out. We'll have to come back in and fix SEA 1 again.
Regarding Senate Bill 27, the Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority, does your caucus have any official position on that? Have you looked at that? What are your thoughts there?
Well, I think what I've heard from the caucus members who represent that area, they're excited and are looking forward to the possibility of of what that might bring to Northwest Indiana and ultimately the whole state of Indiana.
Anywhere concerned that Indiana may be getting used as a bargaining tool between the Bears and the city of Chicago, Cook County? Like, hey, if you guys don't do this, we'll dart over
Go
Indiana.
back and forth?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's part of bargaining. That's part of making deals. And I trust that we will shine. The state of Indiana will shine, and we'll put together a great package to attract what we are known for. And we're known for putting on some great sports events and known for being that kind of state. I mean, go Hoosiers. But it's so much more, even bigger, if it could even be bigger than the national title win for Hoosiers. But we're known for that. It's our brand. And we'll put together a good package and hopefully put a stop to it and ultimately have a new stadium and the Bears playing in Indiana.
Or the Gary Toxic Avengers, as we call them.
Maybe. Well, I do want to say, I think it's really important, the discussion around the billboards. When you look at those who were carrying that legislation, not one was from the community in which it was going to impact. And then it did get through. It had bipartisan opposition, and yet it's going to go over. And who is it going to be assigned to? The sponsor of the bill also. Not from Marion County. So I think when it comes to issues of local control, but just respect, just basic respect for people who represent that area, we have a ways to go, because this is definitely government overreach and just a disrespect and disregard of those who have been elected to serve those areas and those local communities.
Anywhere concerned that you guys are becoming like a super Marion County City County Council, that things can't get done?
It does feel that way.
Things can't get done on that end of Market Street. They come over here and try to get it done over here.
And I think Senator Hunley put it best. She said, when one parent doesn't give you what you want, you go to the next parent and you ask the same thing. And maybe there's a little bit of that going on. And it's disappointing that if there were issues, that you don't bring those that have been elected to serve those communities into the conversation and find a way forward. It sounds like there was an attempt from the previous years of filing similar legislation, and it sounds to me by the conversation that the city of Indianapolis put forth a good faith effort to do what they could, and it just wasn't good enough, and so they went to somebody who doesn't represent the area to carry the legislation, and here we are.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good